And so I don't have my living expenses up to August covered from last year anymore. So now it's kind of like a new slate where I'm starting over again. But now I'm in save mode. Holy washboard. Holy geez. So here's my other categories that I have 20 bucks per day roughly going towards. So $500 for a car. I got $440 for a special project coming up. I can't tell you guys about it yet because I gotta wait on somebody else. But it's going to be like a life-changing project if it goes through, right? Very good, very good. Hard, but good. But then when do I ever do anything easy, right? That man there has an old road bike that his son said he's probably going to grab from me. Hopefully it's a really good one, and hopefully he's willing to part with it. Anyway, long story short, the third category is bicycle category. Yeah. You know, so the music stuff, yeah, that's still going to keep going, right? But I'm not going to run it. I paid off that beautiful Charvel guitar. I haven't had a chance to really show you guys that guitar as much as I'm enjoying it, right? So all my guitars are paid for. Every musical instrument, every guitar string, all paid for. The cell phone paid for. The polearm chainsaw, paid for. $400 worth of tools this year, paid for. Wow. Uh-oh. Brock's gonna cover me. Or was that Melissa? She smoked me out. I think it was her. Hope her little one's doing good. Hope he didn't get smoked out like I did. But anyway, yeah, she's a real nice lady here. I took her baby shower photos. Anyway, yeah, I have $290 saved up for a bike. And I only started this fund a couple of weeks ago. And that's not bad. Now, $290, there's maybe one bike I could actually buy, one road bike that I could buy, and there's no way I'm buying it. It's so cheap. It's so, it's for somebody who's not going to be relying on it, right? But there's about 5 bikes in the absolute entry level, 5 or 6 bikes in the absolute entry level that I'm looking at, that if I did steal out of my bank account, I could cover. The top one being about $800 plus tax, the cheapest one being $277 plus tax, which the $277 one, I got 290 bucks. I'm gonna go up to the next one, which is like $300, right? But that one's really bad. It's just as bad as the one at 277. The next one up is actually on sale. There's like 3 of them at around $400 plus tax. And they're not bad bikes. They're just, you only buy them because you absolutely can't get anything better, right? But the Supercycle Circuit is 39 pounds. The good thing about Supercycles, this is a Supercycle, is you buy it and it's yours for life. They will rust before they break, typically. They'll come loose, they'll rattle apart, but they're built like tanks. The problem is they also weigh like a tank, such as this 50-60 pound bike beneath me right here. This thing was half the weight. It'd be just a dream to ride it. You know, who cares if it's a girl's bike? It's very comfortable, especially with the Tetris seat or Minecraft seat. Who knew? Who knew? But the other thing that's really cool is I'm also one of those guys that I will do without for months to get exactly what I want, rather than service the now. You know what I mean? And that's a crooked tree. This tree over there really crooked. Wonder how that happened. The rest of the trees are straight, but that one's really crooked. Yeah. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, as the saying goes, good things come to those who wait, but you got to plan for it. And the strategy I'm using takes a guy like me with like no money And I give myself $20 a day, right? I don't spend $20 a day. I don't spend anywhere near that a day. But, well, maybe about half that, a little more. But I give myself $20 a day just for whatever. $20 a day used to get you a day full of events. Now it's like, no. One meat stick and a Pepsi is like $9. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. And 4 years ago, that was $3. You know what I mean? So like people don't really realize how much inflation there actually is. I make between $20 and $30 an hour depending on the jobs I do. Average $25 an hour. And 4 years ago, that was actually okay money. Now it's like making about half of that. So $30 an hour is really like 15, because if you add up the inflation. And this is what people at the upper end scale of the upper end scale of society don't understand about people like us, how much we're actually struggling. And I'm a guy who can manage. There's people way, way worse off than me. There was poop in the middle of the road there. Something just took a crap in the middle of the road. Huh. Well, it's off to the side. It's not really in the middle, but it was in my lane. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that you can do it, but it's a lot of hard work. It's very fatiguing, especially when, you know, things break on you, right? And but you just got to push. Even when you don't feel like it, you have to push. You know what I mean? You always got to charge up that hill. It's hard. It's annoying. You're always telling yourself, you know, remain positive and just keep going, right? But when you're doing it, you don't want to do it. But when you succeed, it's like you've earned it. You know what I mean? No matter how hard or how not hard. In fact, I think that's what most people are struggling with nowadays. I know people that have like everything handed to them. These people bitch and complain like crazy. Like I whine and complain just because I like doing it. You know, like I do it out of enjoyment, but they actually mean it. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like life is good. You know, you take the good with the bad. Devil's Rejects philosophy. I keep my standards really low, so I'm never disappointed. God, does that ever work well? You know what I mean? It's just like when something goes wrong, you're like, oh, yeah, of course it would. You know, and just deal with it. You know. And try not to let it get to you. But a lot of people can't do that, right? They can't just enjoy for the sake of joy. Oh, if I had my truck, scrap metal, a hot water tank there. It's like $15 of scrap metal right there. 12, $15 worth of scrap metal right there. I'll have to drag it with the Bertha. If I would have had the front basket, I would put it in. 300-pound water. I don't even think this thing could carry 300 pounds. You never know. It is the Bertha after all. Yeah, with crooked wheel and everything. Yeah. But yeah, $290. Who knows? Maybe in a couple of weeks that'll be like $1,000. And then once I'm into the bikes that are in the $1,000 range to $1,500 range, I got a lot more options there of very enjoyable bikes. But it's the $1,000 or $1,500 to $2,000 range. I'm not going to say the world's your oyster, but boy, you can get a lifetime bike that's so good that you know. And I know you don't have to spend that much to get a good bike, but if you want to buy new, and I like buying new if I can. Why? Because I always end up with stuff like this, right? You know, you got to live with it. It's great, it's fun, but it's work. You know, like I say, if you were to buy a new version of this type of bike, you'd get one that only weighed 30 pounds instead of 60, you know? And trust me, when you're on this stuff, weight and wind get you. The wind more than anything, but the weight will really get you, especially on long distances, right? And if you're using it as a commuter, you want to be as less, after a long day of work, especially if you're doing work like I do, all this physical labor stuff, you want to be as relaxed as you can on the way home. You know, the least amount of effort. You want it to be borderline enjoyable, you know, because it is enjoyable. It's just not in 30 to some odd degree heat and having to, you know, do all this other riff-raff in between. All right, so yeah, so debt-free. There we go, guys. And let's see how long I can stay debt-free. All right, there you go.